of new school gaming. Whitehound L2P presents The Old School Gamer.
Hey everybody, it's Clay, the Old School Gamer, and today, I started looking at the date and realized that September 20th, Gears of War 3 comes out, and I wanted to put out some Gears of War 2 videos and just talk a little bit about the gameplay and my experience playing the game over the next few videos. So instead of my initial plan was to finish working on Batman, but since I got a little longer to work on Batman, I'm going to put that kind of on the side for just a little while and go ahead and pop out some videos here on Gears of War 2. I've got 2 out of the 3 videos already laid out and edited, and just got to go through and talk over them. So this is the first one. This is relatively close to the beginning of the game, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience. I'm not a huge Gears of War fan. Now that doesn't mean I don't like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. I love to play it. It's a great game. There's just other games that I prefer to play on top of this. The campaigns on these are always entertaining and always fun. At least the first 2 have been, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to play the second one or the third one. One of my favorite things on this is actually being able to play multiplayer. So the story, you can play, of course, the campaign solo. You can play with a friend, and then, of course, it's got the optional multiplayer online, which I have not ever played. I play these games mainly for the campaign, for the single player, for the story, and that's exactly what I was wanting to get out of this game, and that's exactly what I enjoyed from the first game. Call of Duty, that's my multiplayer go-to, so whenever I'm ready to do multiplayer, that's typically what I roll with. But anyway, just a little bit about what you're watching here. So Marcus and his group of Gears are working their way to the center, the caverns that the Locusts are hiding out in an attempt to destroy them. So the Locusts have grown so powerful during this time that they can actually go and sink entire cities, and they do this by drilling caverns underground, and then the ground can't support the city, and the entire city basically sinks, and that's exactly what these guys are going to attempt to stop here. All in all, this game is a lot of fun. I guess the futuristic time that we're in, it never takes you out of this just war-torn world. Everything is completely destroyed. You're always walking through rubble, always having plenty of places to find cover whenever you're getting shot by enemies. This game has a few different difficulties. It has easy, medium, and hard. Of course, I was running this one on the easy one, making it through the game so I could move on to the next one. But even in easy, there were parts that would pose a challenge. For those of you that are wanting a very good challenge, yes, this game does offer that. The hard, I played it for a second, and it's definitely up the ante whenever it comes to difficulty. So if you're looking for just a game that you want to get a good story from, you can do it. And if you're looking for a game that you're wanting to have a challenge and enjoy getting through, then you can do that as well. One of the things that I noticed about Gears of War, of course, Gears of War is a third-person shooter. The controls on it are fairly simple. There are a few, and that's really what I look for. I like to pick up a controller and be able to jump in and play the game. And for most games, I feel I could do this. I just started playing a game recently, Deus Ex, or I'm not really 100% for sure how I always want to call it Dos Equis, but it's Deus Ex. Very, very difficult game to play. It's got a control setting. It's not your typical button layout. Understanding the game is difficult. I think it would be a fun game, but it takes a long time to get used to, and that's one thing that it gets me kind of frustrated whenever I jump into a game and I can't pick it up and within a relatively short amount of time know how to play it and feel comfortable playing it. And this game does that. You can jump in, you can play it, you can feel comfortable playing it. You're not lost. You're not fiddling around the controls. There's some of the times where you will get stuck on walls or get stuck diving from one cover behind one form of cover to diving behind another form of cover. Typically, after a while you kind of learn the trick about how to get off the wall and how to keep yourself whenever you're wanting to jump over a wall, you're jumping over it instead of diving behind other cover. But for the most part, it's a relatively simple game to play. The weapons in this game are a lot of fun. You do end up spending most of your time rolling with the assault rifle. It's got one wicked razor blade on the end that is more like a chainsaw. The doubles as a chainsaw, so you can actually use this to get through barriers and walls, which you'll see coming up here in a moment. Or you can use this for hand-to-hand close area combat and actually saw your enemies up. So there are other weapons that are available as well. Of course, you have a shotgun, you have a sniper rifle, you have your pistol, you have automatic pistols, you have the enemy's guns that you can pick up, you have flamethrowers, RPGs, rocket launchers, and mortar team, actually, like a mortar team gun, which is pretty interesting. There's a bunch of different things that you can use that make the game a lot of fun. A bunch of different weapons that are fun to try and fun to get used to, and fun to just see how they work. Although, like I said, the one that I always end up going to is the assault rifle, just because having that chainsaw on it's so much fun. It's a good time sawing these guys in half. Another thing is what you see is what you get in this game. I mean, this game, it keeps you on your toes. It's a very intense game. And now it's not so intense that I can sit here and I can bring you 10 minutes worth of gameplay that's full of action and non-stop, just firing on enemies over and just nailing hundreds of enemies that are rushing at you and trying to kill you. But it has a nice mix of combat gameplay versus story versus movement through one area to the next, and like I said, always poses a challenge wherever you go. There's it's got different routes that you can choose to take. Typically, one will be more like a covering route where you'll cover your guys that are with you, and another one that will be like a full-on assault route that will end up taking you right through the heart of the enemy. And depending on what you're in the mood to do, I would times do both. Try one out one time and then do another one another time. But you find, if you pick up something like a sniper rifle, a lot of times it's fun to sit up and take the covering route and just pop these dudes that peek their head up over cover and take them out. It's a lot of fun doing that. Sometimes it's fun just to grab a Gatling gun and go down the main assault route and just plow people down to the ground. Guys, I'm looking forward to actually bringing you another video just to look at the gameplay and me kind of talking a little bit about, one, what's going on in the game, and two, just kind of my experiences with the game. But the game is truly a lot of fun. I mean, there is a reason that they're coming out with a third installment, and it's not just because of the pretty graphics. It's got a lot of entertainment value in it and a lot of replay value in it as well. Typically whenever you pick up a game, being able to stick the game in the console and have roughly 10 hours of gameplay is great. But after 10 hours, the gameplay, sticking the game on the shelf may not necessarily be worth the money that you spend on it. With this, you get 10 hours of gameplay solo. You get a co-op game, another 10 hours on that if you want to do that. Plus, you have the option of doing the multiplayer as well. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short look at Gears of War 2. I'm looking forward again to Gears of War 3 coming out on September 20th, and looking forward to being able to bring you another gameplay or two of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If so, as always, feel free to rate, comment, or subscribe, guys. Until next time, hope you guys have a pleasant evening. This is the Old School Gamer. I am out. Peace.